Hello, YouTube. My name is Sanquitha, and I just have to get this out. This whole George Floyd, it has been a very, very tough time for everybody. Mostly for blacks, because for one, people really don't understand everything we're having to endure. When you're having to be quiet, knowing something is wrong, and it's like they try to push it up on the rug, that is so frustrating. And black people have been done this way for so many years, and we have to hold our heads down, and we have to close our mouth or not say nothing or be threatened, or not to feel great about yourself for who you are, whether you're light, brown, dark tint, or just dark. The most hurtfulest thing for me is I'm having to teach my little 7-year-old boy what to do if you see a police. A child is never supposed to fear the police. They're supposed to embrace them and, welcome them in, and say, oh, this right here is what's going on. But now I'm having to teach my children, because I have a little girl as well. I'm having to teach both of them to make sure that they go ahead and they look. They keep their hands on the steering wheel. They look them directly in the eye. They don't give them any type of reason to feel like a threat. And if they can remember, baby, make sure you keep your video on, honey. Video. Video everything. That is the most hurtfulest feeling ever as a parent. And for the ones who say, well, I've never been through that, you don't ever want to go through that because it's so humiliating and hurtful. You should never have to put a child in a grown person's position. But things that is going on now, we have to prepare our young boys and girls to respect authority, but not be fearful. Because for when we have freedom of speech, and see right now, we got all these riots. And we have all these fights and protests. Well, baby, you got a new generation. See, this new generation ain't going to tolerate what the old folk used to do. That whole peaceful protest, yes, it has helped us tremendously a lot. But you got some young folks now who want that change to happen right now. I don't care what you got to say, what type of amendment. If you don't make the change, they going to make the change for you. And it's so sad that it has to be like that. And I hate that, what's wrong with just doing the right thing? It's so simple, but people make it so hard. The justice system make it so hard. They slap you on the wrist. Okay, what? If you steal something. No. They give you life if you steal something. A child predator gets life. Some murderers only get what? Maybe a couple days, maybe a year or so. Even if it was accidental. But this man, this police officer who we were supposed to feel safe around, did not care that he had his knee on this young man's neck. Now, typically, I've seen some instances, where it gets crazy. I'm the type of person, I see it from both sides, angles, and everything. But typically, I've seen them tase them, to calm them down. Or they would have, other police officers, to hold them and, to restrain them. But for your knee to be on their neck, when you wouldn't want nobody to put something on your neck, and you're just looking at the camera like, okay, and, But the funny thing is that's the part that is really hilarious to me, because you're being videoed. And it's like you're laughing at the camera. And now since, repercussions comes for those actions, you need a pity party. So now that you have been arrested and you have been charged, then your wife leaves you. So now you're at the lowest of low. But you can never feel that pain of taking somebody's child from them. That's a pain and feeling that won't go away. That divorce feeling will go away. That going to jail, I'm pretty sure it'll go away due time. But that feeling of losing a child or a loved one, that feeling never goes away. Like you carry that burden for the rest of your life. You try to get through it. Whether you go to therapy and all that stuff, you try to get through it. But it's the hardest thing to ever do. And we have been fighting for years. And you have to watch some of your ancestors still sometimes hold their head down to authority. That's a low feeling because it's like you're treated like an animal. But sometimes they treat animals better than they treat us. So it's not all about racism. It's every color, every shade, because everybody has gone through some definite hurt and pain. But the most hurtfulest thing is you continue to cut us, African American people, down and cut them off. Why are we so much of a threat to y'all when y'all have had this land way before us? But y'all brought us over here, you know? We want a piece of the pie too. So I can't say that I'm upset with these people who are rioting and looting because, again, they won't change. When we had said we had wanted change ever since 1600s and the 1950s and the 1960s, baby, you got a whole new generation that has came, and we will not be brought back to where we used to be. Now, I just had to get that out. Some of y'all may not like this, some of you may will, but I would love to hear your comments because we do have to talk about this. You have to understand and feel where we're coming from, and we have to also feel yours. So, love, God is love. God don't see color. He's the same as yesterday, today, and forevermore. For you to be a Christian or for you to say you love God, those are not some godly acts to do. And y'all, I applaud the different ethnicities that has supported us. Whether they understand or not, but they're willing to understand and to help us. Y'all, it has been so amazing. You know, to see all the protests and you know, like to celebrate, because for one, George Floyd's life, and it's not just him. This right here is for everybody, black, white, Haitian, whatever, that the police has mistreated and thought they was gonna get away with it. But baby, y'all got a time where devices have came. You got cameras everywhere on people's houses, garages, street lights, cell phones, everywhere. But I just want y'all to be mindful what you say, what you do. And y'all, let's please just break this cycle. All right, y'all, from Dem Normans. See y'all next time.